The training arena fell silent except for the wet thud of General Caxethul's severed head hitting the polished deck. Cadet Zia Reeves stood over the hulking Vorthak's headless corpse, her breathing steady despite the green ichor splattered across her combat suit. In her right hand, she still gripped the monomolecular blade that had done the deed in one clean stroke. Around the circular arena, representatives from 17 different species watched in stunned silence. The Galactic Military Academy had seen many duels, but never had a first-year human cadet decapitated a seasoned general in single combat. Zia kicked the head toward the viewing stands where it rolled to a stop at the feet of the Hegemony Council. She wiped the alien blood from her blade with deliberate slowness, her dark eyes scanning the assembled dignitaries. "Who's next?" she asked, her voice carrying clearly in the sudden stillness. Commander Elsa Nordstrom, the human liaison officer, felt her pulse quicken. She had warned the council about underestimating humans, but they had insisted on this demonstration. The hegemony wanted to see what Earth's warriors could do, before officially accepting humanity into their military alliance. They had chosen their finest general to test the human cadet. They had chosen poorly. General Caxthul had been a legend, a 2-meter-tall reptilian killing machine with natural armor plating and reflexes honed by 3 decades of warfare across the galaxy. His species, the Vorthak, were considered the finest warriors in known space. He had volunteered to face the human in what was supposed to be a friendly combat assessment. The duel had lasted exactly 47 seconds. "Impossible," hissed Counselor Shet-Rain, her multiple eyes bulging from her insectoid head. The human used some form of enhancement, drugs perhaps, or cybernetic implants. Elsa stepped forward from her position in the observation deck. "Cadet Reeves is completely unaugmented, Counselor. No drugs, no implants, no genetic modifications. She's baseline human." "Baseline?" The word came from Ambassador Veltar, whose crystalline form chimed with disbelief. That creature moved faster than our sensors could properly track. It anticipated Caxthul's attacks before he even made them. Down in the arena, Zia had begun stretching, working out the kinks in her shoulders as if she had just finished a light workout, rather than killed one of the galaxy's most feared warriors. The casual nature of her movement sent ripples of unease through the assembled observers. "Perhaps," suggested High Admiral Kethvar in his melodious tone, "we should examine this human more closely. Run some tests." "I wouldn't recommend that," Elsa said quietly. The temperature in her voice could have frozen nitrogen. Humans don't respond well to being treated like laboratory specimens. As if to emphasize her point, Zia called out from below, "I heard that, Admiral. You want to run tests? You're welcome to step down here and try." The shark-like Kethvar's gills fluttered nervously. Zia's hearing was apparently as enhanced as everything else about her.
"How is this possible?"
whispered Counselor Minghal, her tentacles writhing with anxiety. "Our intelligence report suggested humans were an average species. Decent reflexes, moderate strength, nothing exceptional." Elsa allowed herself a small smile. "Your intelligence was wrong. Humans aren't average at anything. We're either terrible at something or we're the best in the galaxy at it. There's very little middle ground." She gestured toward Zia, who was now doing one-handed push-ups while waiting for the council's response. "Cadet Reeves here represents what we call human potential. She's not enhanced, she's just what happens when a human decides to be the best at something." "But the speed, the precision," Counselor Shet-Rain protested. "Caxthul was a master swordsman. He's killed thousands in predictable ways," Zia interrupted from below. She had apparently been listening to every word. "Your general fought like he always fought. Same footwork patterns, same strike sequences, same defensive postures. He was skilled, but he was also routine. Humans are really good at recognizing patterns and exploiting them." She sheathed her weapon and looked up at the council. Plus, he was used to fighting other Vorthak or species with similar combat doctrines. He expected me to fight like him. Lots of power, straightforward attacks, test of strength against strength. Zia's grin was distinctly predatory. "But humans learn to hunt by being smarter, not stronger. We don't fight fair. We fight to win." High Admiral Kethvar leaned forward. "And if we were to send multiple opponents against you?" "Then you'd need more body bags," Zia replied matter-of-factly. "But if you're really curious, I'll be happy to demonstrate." The council members exchanged glances. The demonstration was supposed to gauge human military potential, but it was becoming clear they had fundamentally misunderstood what they were dealing with. There is another matter, said Ambassador Veltar carefully. Our psychologists have concerns about human emotional stability in combat situations. The reports suggest your species becomes unpredictable when stressed. Elsa nodded slowly. That's true. Humans can be very emotional. It affects our judgment sometimes. See? Shetrain's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. Emotionally unstable, not suitable for advanced military operations. You misunderstand, Elsa continued smoothly. Sometimes our emotions make us more dangerous, not less. When humans get angry, we become more focused, more determined. When we're protecting something we care about, we become essentially unstoppable. She paused, letting that sink in. And when we're hurt or cornered, we become creative in ways that would terrify you. Down in the arena, Zia had begun juggling 3 training weapons with casual ease. The display of hand-eye coordination was unconscious. She was clearly bored and just keeping her hands busy. So, she called up to the council, are we going to talk all day or is someone else going to come down here? Because I was told this was going to be challenging. The silence stretched for long moments. Finally, High Admiral Kethfer spoke. I believe we have seen enough. The human military potential is adequate for our alliance. Zia laughed, a sound that somehow managed to be both amused and threatening. Adequate? Admiral, you just watched me kill your best warrior in less than a minute. If that's adequate, what would you call impressive? Elsa decided it was time to intervene before Zia got them all into trouble. Cadet, report to the preparation area. I believe your demonstration is complete. Yes, ma'am. Zia snapped a crisp salute, gathered her gear, and headed for the exit. But she paused at the arena door and looked back at the council one more time. Oh, and counselors? That wasn't even my best score in training. She grinned. Just thought you should know. As the door sealed behind her, the council sat in stunned silence, each member privately reconsidering what they thought they knew about the species called human. Commander Elsa Nordstrom smiled to herself. The hegemony had wanted to see what humans could do. Mission accomplished.